Aloha Sumo fans, welcome to day 12 of the 2014 Haru basho. I'm your host Araibira. Thank you for joining me today. Please leave a like in support for this video or a dislike for the two who disliked yesterday's video. It doesn't matter to me. The first bout of the day featured Maishida 16 Kagamiyo with a 4-7 record. His opponent Juryo 4 Sadano Umi with an 8-3 record. Kagamiyo gets a Yurikiri victory and improves to 5-7. Popular Magashita 14 wrestler Masuno Yama has a 5-6 record. He took on Magashita 12 Sarano Fuji with a poor 1-10 record. Masuno Yama has a 6-3 record against the failing Sarano Fuji. Masuno Yama gets the Yurikiri force-out victory to improve to 6-6. Masuno Yama drops to 1-11. Magashita 9 Kitataiki faced off against Magashita 16 Satoyama. Satoyama has a 3-8 record. Kitataiki has a 4-7 record. These two have met 5 times, Kitataiki taking 3 of those bouts. Today Kitataiki gets the Yurikiri force-out victory over Satoyama, who drops to 3-9. Kitataiki improves to 5-7. Magashita 8 Takara Fuji has a 6-5 record. He took on Magashita 9 gentleman Gagamaru, who has a 5-6 record. Takara Fuji has a 3-0 record against the big Georgian. Takara Fuji gets behind Gagamaru and gets an Okuridashi rear pushout to improve to 7-5. In a battle of Mongolian wrestlers, Magashita 14 Azumaru has a 5-6 record. He took on veteran Magashita 8 Kyoku Tenho with a 7-4 record. Kyoku Tenho shows up the young Azumaru and receives his Kachikoshi winning record of 8 wins and 4 losses. Magashita 13 Jokoryu and Magashita 7 Chiyotairu both have 6-5 records entering day 12. Chiyotairu has a 3-0 record against the Magashita 13 Jokoryu. Chiyotairu charges and gets the Oshidashi frontal push-out victory over Jokoryu, who jumps on the doyo quickly. Chiyotairu improves to 7-5. Magashita 6 Aminishiki has a 6-5 record. His opponent, Magashita 15 Takunoiwa, has an 8-3 record. Aminishiki today gets the victory with Uwate Dashinage, pulling overarm throw to improve to 7-5. Magashita 12 Chiyomaru and Magashita 6 Takekaze both enter day 12 with matching 7-4 records. Who wants it more? Evidently, it's Chiyomaru with the Oshidashi victory, and he receives his Kachikoshi winning record of 8 wins and 4 losses. On day 12, Magashita 11 Osunarashi returned. He has a 7-3-1 record. His opponent, Bulgarian Magashita 5 Aoyama, with a 6-5 record. They start off with harite on each other, slapping each other in the face. Eventually, Aoyama gets a Hatakikomi slapdown on Osunarashi, who drops to 7-4-1. Aoyama improves to 7-5. Magashita 10 Mugiru has a 4-7 record. His opponent, Magashita 4 Ikiyoi, also has a 4-7 record. Mugiru has beaten Ikiyoi 3 times in the past. Ikiyoi has beaten Mugiru once. Mugiru has a good tachi-ai and pushes Mugiru off the edge for an Oshidashi win and improves to 5-7. Ikiyoi has a losing record of 4-8. Magashita 3 Kaisei has a 3-8 record. He went up against Magashita 10 Mongolian Teruno Fuji, who has a 4-7 record. Kaisei has the better tachi-ai, however it is Teruno Fuji who outpowers the Brazilian Kaisei with a Yurikiri victory and improves to 5-7. Magashita 2 Okinomi has a poor 2-9 record. His opponent, Magashita 7 Toyohibiki, a 4-7 record. Toyohibiki has an excellent tachi-ai over Okinomi and destroys him with an Oshidashi push-out victory to improve to 5-8. Magashita 2 Tochinowaka and Magashita 1 Tamawashi both have 3-8 records. They also spot a 4-4 record against each other. Tochinowaka has a nice tachi-ai, but Tamawashi moves forward. Tochinowaka slips to the side and gets the Uwate Nage to improve to 4-8. Komusubi Toyonoshima and Maishida 3 Takayasu have 4-7 records. Toyonoshima has a 5-1 record against the Maishida 3 Takayasu. Toyonoshima gets the Kote Nage arm lock throw today and improves to 5-7. Takayasu drops to 4-8. Maishida 1 Endo and Komusubi Shohozan have 5-6 records. These two met in a war of attrition. Let's just watch what happens. This bout goes back and forth. Shohozan gives Endo a bitch slap, as you can see, or as you saw, excuse me. Continue watching the match. Endo eventually gets the Yurikiri victory and improves to 6-5. Shohozan drops to 5-7. Sekewake Goeido met Maegashira 4. Yoshikaze was a 7-4 record. Goeido spots an 8-3 record. Yoshikaze has a 5-3 record against the Sekewake, but today Goeido gets a quick Kotenage arm lock throw on Yoshikaze and improves to 9-4. Yoshikaze drops to 7-5. Sekewake Tochiyozan has a 5-6 record. He faced off against Ozeki Kotoshigiku with a 6-5 record. Tochiyozan gets a little bit of faster tachiai over Kotoshigiku, and that leads to Kotoshigiku's downfall as Tochiyozan gets the victory and improves to 6-6. Yokozuna Hakuho has an 11-0 record. He faced off against his nemesis Ozeki Kishinosato, who has an 8-3 record. These two have met 44 times. 34 victories going to Hakuho, 10 going to Kishinosato. This bout had 3 mata. Actually 2 mata, one of which Hakuho stood up because he wasn't ready. They finally hit each other in the tachiai. Hakuho gets the Oshi to Oshi frontal push down victory, and improves to 12-0. The final bout of the day featured Ozeki Kakuru, who has a 10-1 record. His opponent, Yokozuna Harumafuji, with a perfect 11-0 record. Harumafuji slips and Kakuru takes advantage and gets the Okuridashi rear push-out to upset Yokozuna, who drops to 11-1. Kakuru improves to 11-1. After day 12 action, the sole leader of the basho is Yokozuna Hakuho with 12 wins and 0 losses. Right behind him are Kakuru and Yokozuna Harumafuji with 11 wins and 1 loss. On a side note, former Ozeki Koto Oshu has retired. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for day 13 action. Aloha.